The first subject I wanted to get your attention to, bring your attention to, though, Lee and viewers, is it is England. We won last night. I thought large parts of the game were good. I thought Bellingham amazing. I thought his relationship on the pitch with Rashford looked good. There were some really good points to come out of the game. I thought Lewis Dunk had a good game, but obviously Maguire came on and just exposed why England won't win under this manager. However, the manager's come out and said that it's been ridiculous, the treatment of him, Maguire, for a long period of time. It's a joke. I've never known a player treated the way he is by our own pundits. It's beyond anything I have ever seen. I don't know why, I don't really know why I'm asking this question, but do you agree with Southgate, Lee, that Maguire is being scapegoated and ridiculed worse than anybody else in English football history?
Nope. And let's be real, he fully deserves it. Like, the guy is an absolute clown every time he comes on the pitch. Just looking like at him, he just don't look like a footballer. Like, let's just be real with it. Like, we were playing Man United the other day, and he came on, and a ball has been cleared out from our defence, and Eddie was trying to chase Maguire down, and it was like little and large. It was just hilarious just watching him shuffle across the pit, and it's like, come on, man, how this guy gets a gig, and how he's got, I would say he's got good PR, Harry Maguire, but at the same time, he hasn't got good PR. Do you know what I'm saying? His family are always tweeting about him. I think his sister put a post out, Roy Keane for Ireland in Euros or something, and it was a picture of him with his dog. They are a World Cup or something. And then Harry Maguire in the World Cup or whatever, and it was him holding the Man of the Match trophy. And it's like, no need to do that. How about just tell your sister stop talking? Like, and I think his agents phoned up TalkSport once and kicked off, and you know, like, mate, he don't help himself. He don't help himself, because at the end of the day, his performances are awful. Yeah, and people say, oh, he plays well for England. Well, it's helped us win nothing. Yeah, and how many times has this guy out of position? Yeah, let's take Man United out of the equation for the second. Just talk about England for now, yeah? Bro, he comes on last night, and within 10, 15 minutes, bang, he scores an own goal. They didn't even have a shot. At that point, I don't think they had a shot on target. He comes on, now Ramsdale's not kept a clean sheet. Yeah, and you're absolutely spot on. This is exactly why we will not win nothing. Me and my pal were talking the other day, and we were saying, if you actually look at the pool of players England could pick to take to the Euros, if they're all fit, we probably have the best squad. France are very up close to us, or maybe better. You could argue either way. France's pool of players is insane. Yeah, but so is ours. You know, just the midfielders alone. I mean, Southgate's a waffler anyway. Like, the guy's talking about, oh, I don't think Phil Foden can play in midfield because Pep doesn't. Mate, he's played, I think, all 4 games in midfield this season. That's what's he chatting about. Yeah.
And this is the maddest thing with I saw that, and Southgate said that, but then you take Maddison, who's been a 10 all season, and play him on the left wing. Yeah. And you saw the difference with England with Rashford in that position. And it's not about bigging up Rashford, but you're playing someone in their natural position who can spread the play.
He played Trippier last night on the left back. Last time he played left back was 2017 in the League Cup.
Exactly. He's a waffler. On Maguire, what you said about his PR is bang on. His PR is, it's good to have people that will back you, but there are times when you need honest assessment. There's times when defending somebody is bad for them. Tough love is needed. And you saw what happened last night when he came on. Every time he touched the ball, the Scotland fans cheered. Ooh. When he came on against Arsenal, your fans applauded it. Now, some of that is pantomime, but they know that he's mentally fragile and it gets into his head. And I truly believe this. I put part of that blame on Maguire because he should have left Man United in the summer. He's getting this attention because he was a world record centre-back signing for Man United, started well and fell away, became the captain and has had it stripped, and then has refused to move. In the last 18 months, he's been barely kicking balls. He should be dropped from the England team. And initially, he was still playing well for England. However, because his confidence is diminishing and his game time is diminishing, it's impacting his ability on the football pitch. So I blame Southgate for even including him in the squad, let alone bringing him on needlessly in this game. And this is the problem. He's got too many people, his family, friends, agents, managers like Southgate, who are propping him up and saying, no, there's nothing wrong with him. He's fine. He is mentally gone. And I genuinely believe this to my core. If he joins West Ham tomorrow, it's impossible, but say he did, instantly he wouldn't get jeered coming on anymore. If he came on as a sub against Arsenal as a West Ham player, no one would care. Then what would happen? He could make 3 times as many mistakes in the season for West Ham as he does for Man United, and no one will care. But what will then happen is he'll be relieved. That's a pressure valve. The pressure's there because Southgate's right to a degree. The level of eyes on Maguire, for me, is almost unprecedented. I've very rarely seen. The only other player that I saw get treated worse than this for different reasons was Raheem Sterling. But everything Maguire does is overanalyzed. But it's because of the PR he's had and the way people prop him up. They're trying to tear him down. The best thing to do is to pull him out of the limelight for a while, not pick him for England, and he'll get better. But equally, he needs to be told by his reps, listen, I know you want the extra 80, 90, 100 grand a week at Man United, but it's going to ruin you. That pursuit of money is going to ruin you. Get away from it. Get out from under this cloud. So, yeah, I look at Maguire.
It doesn't help that he posts his own stats on his Instagram. Like, he does that quite often. Like, he posts his own stats. Like, but this is the thing. Like, this guy's been relegated with England in the Nations League. But some people say, oh, he plays well for England. Well, he was part of a relegation for England. Right? So he's statistically not that great then, is he? Because he's actually been relegated more times than he's won something for England. He's been relegated how many times in his league career? Yeah, and people are sitting there. Your manager does it. Southgate's doing it. Other pundits will phone up talks or be on talks, but say, "Oh yeah, but Harry Maguire, no, he's all right." Like he must have some mad agent, like that's super well connected, or there must be some media company or something. There's something, or his family member owns a media company or something along them lines, because the amount of prop he gets is crazy based off of nothing. He's won one trophy in his entire life.
Do you know what's crazy about the Maguire thing? And it also feeds into Scott McTominay. Now, I don't have any dislike for Scott McTominay. He's a Man United graduate. I've never thought he was an amazing player, but he doesn't kind of blow his trumpet like he's better than he is. Does that make sense? He kind of gets his head down, he works, and he kind of is what he is, essentially. But I've heard on TalkSport in the last 2 to 3 weeks, twice now, Adrian Durham has basically said, Maguire's really good. It's Ten Hag that's ruining him. And I know there's criticism of Ten Hag, but Maguire's situation in football has not been created solely by Ten Hag. Now, him being 5th choice is not making Maguire any better, but he gave him an option to leave. They accepted a bid and the player rejected it. That's on the player that he made that decision. I've also heard Graham Souness and other TalkSport pundits say that Scott McTominay has not been given enough run of games at Man United. When he started 170 matches and he's played over 200 games for the club. But this is what you said about the PR thing. Certain players, whether it's their agents, friends, family, or connections, they seem to get this kind of ridiculous level of gaslighting and the rewriting of history surrounding them. To say that Maguire and McTominay haven't been given a fair attempt, a fair go at Man United is an unbelievably disingenuous statement. And it's that level of PR. Like, listen, we saw what happened last night. Look, McTominay's been good, very good in qualifications for Scotland. Last night, they came up against a very good England team. Didn't do anything, didn't get a sniff. That's him in the Premier League most weeks. There are Man United fans that have bought into this Scotland gas can. If we played him as a more advanced player, maybe we'd get this, maybe we'd get that, maybe we'd get more goals. It's like you really are deluding yourself. You're completely deluding yourself if you think McTominay is going to suddenly become in the Prem this goal-scoring central midfielder that he's been for Scotland. By the way, in 2023, in the previous 6 years, he's been a Scotland player. He scored 1 goal. I love McTominay, but this is a flash-in-the-pan purple patch of international form and no more. The rewriting of history surrounding players like him and Maguire, for me, is just a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
It's mad. Like somebody in the chat just said, Martinez scores an own goal. Nothing said. Maguire scores an own goal. He's shit. Mate, the difference is we've seen Maguire doing this pretty much all the way through his Man United career. That's the difference.
Well, I'll talk about Martinez. Martinez's own goal. Martinez tries to get a foot on the ball because if he doesn't, there's a Tottenham player behind him that's going to tap it in. If Maguire leaves that yesterday, either the defender or goalkeeper catches it because nobody's there. There is a fundamental difference. I don't mind an own goal like that if the defender makes a move for the ball. If he misses it or lets it go, it's going to be tapped in by an opponent. It becomes much of a, yes, it's an own goal, but it was going to be a goal anyway, right? Most likely. But when there's no need to touch it and you're scoring own goals, That's a big problem. It's a confidence issue from the player because he's second guessing himself. There's a confidence issue with Maguire because he's not playing football.
It's not even that as well. Yeah, if you look at the game that he played the other day, yeah, he was man marking Tomori, wasn't it? Or Guy, he was man marking our own centre back. He literally had his arms around him, cuddling him. Like, mate, they're playing in yellow. Why are you cuddling the guy in red? Like, it made no sense what he was doing. We've seen him do so many errors. Yeah, I've actually never seen a player with so many errors over a career be protected how he is by a large part of the media. If this wasn't an English player, he'd get destroyed, absolutely destroyed. Yeah, and not only that, when you see like other countries, for example, yeah, bro, they get ripped to pieces by their media. Yeah, they get ripped. I've seen Ruud Gullit, I think it was, sitting on beIN Sport, absolutely ripping into Chelsea players. Yeah, ripping into Chelsea players. This is a guy who played for Chelsea and managed Chelsea. Yeah, because he don't care. I've seen Van der Vaart absolutely rip players to pieces when he's doing punditry. Yeah, this is an English thing, man, but it is what it is. We all have to be nice to each other. Everything has to be vibes. And, you know, we can't have a go at Harry Maguire. He's part of the squad. Yeah, this is why we have this plucky loser mentality in England. Yeah, because everyone has to be kind and has to be nice to each other. No, he's crap. We're saying it. Yeah, this don't roll anywhere else. Go and have a look at some of the Brazilians and what they're saying, or the Portuguese and what they're saying about some of their players. Yeah, like I said before, Steve McManaman does the commentary for Madrid games on the Zone every now and again. Mate, if there's a player having a bad game, this is a Madrid legend. Real Madrid legend. He could windmill Real Madrid all he likes and they wouldn't care. Yeah, he sits on the Zone and absolutely cusses into Madrid players if they're having, and I'm talking like Luka Modric, Toni Kroos. We're talking top end players.
No,
because that's the culture.
No,
the culture
I agree.
in England is, we've got to protect everybody. Why?
Well, the problem is, it's all become in England. Everything's become polarized. It's